I'm going to be telling you about another easy visa route that you can use to migrate to the UK. The best part about this visa is that it does not require you to take any IELTS test and it doesn't have any high qualifications. You can't settle on this visa. You can, however, convert this visa into a residence visa later. You can also bring your dependent family members with you, like your spouse and your children. The visa I'm talking about is the Tier 5 Charity Worker Visa, which is a temporary work visa valid for up to 12 months and 14 days, and you can enter the UK up to 14 days before the start date of your job. So, if you're interested in moving to the UK, either alone or with your family, I'm going to be telling you everything about this visa. What are its benefits, requirements, or eligibility criteria? What documents you need, how you can apply for it, and the name of a company who is hiring foreign candidates for this visa category. Let's start with what a charity worker visa actually means. The charity worker visa, as the name suggests, is a work visa for those who wish to do unpaid voluntary work for a charity in the UK, which means that you won't be paid for your work and you can't take up any permanent paid position under it. Now, although you won't be given a salary, you will be offered some spending allowance for your basic expenses, and you even get free accommodation and free meals as well. So, in short, your bills are paid for, your accommodation is paid for, and your food is paid for as well. What more do you need? The best part about this visa, though, is that it will facilitate your entry into the UK, and you can later change your visa or switch your visa within the UK. For example, if you get a new job with a Tier 2 sponsor company, you can apply from the UK for your skilled worker visa, and you can then be eligible for paid full-time work. The first benefit is that you can bring your dependent family members with you, like your spouse and your children, on this visa. So you don't have to leave them in your home country, which is great. Secondly, your dependents can work full-time and be paid for it as well. They don't have to work for a charity themselves. Next, you can study while you're working for your charity. You can also take up a second job in the same sector at the same level as your main job for up to 20 hours per week. This job must be on the Skilled Worker Shortage Occupation list shared on the UK government website. Link in description. Although this visa allows you to stay in the UK for up to 12 months, you can extend your visa before it expires if you do get a few months of work experience with this visa. There are high chances of you getting a paid job offer in sectors like healthcare, admin, and other relevant fields which are among the shortage occupations list. The processing time after you've submitted your documents and made a complete application is also relatively quick. The first requirement is that you must be at least 18 years of age. You also need a passport. Obviously. 3. You need a certificate of sponsorship reference number from a UK sponsor, which is a unique reference number that holds information about the job you will do and your personal details. Your sponsor from the UK will handle this process. You'll also need to have a negative TB test if you're coming to the UK for more than 6 months. And if you are a resident in any of these countries listed on the UK government website, and yes, India is on this list, your TB certificate is valid for 6 months from the date of your X-ray. You'll need to include this TB certificate with your UK visa application. Now, since you won't be getting paid for your charity work, you need proof of funds to show the UK government that you can support yourself by living in the UK. Unless your certificate of sponsorship shows that your employer can support you, you must have at least £1,270 in your bank account to show that you can support yourself. You can show your bank account or fixed deposit statements to prove that you have this amount. You need to have this amount available for at least 28 days in a row, which means that this amount has to be constant every month. If you are bringing your spouse and children with you to the UK, they will also need to prove that they can support themselves while they are in the UK. In addition to your proof of funds amounts, you'll also need another £285 for your partner, £315 for one child, and £200 for each additional child. Now, let's see how long you can stay on this visa. You can stay for up to 12 months or the time given on your certificate of sponsorship plus 14 days, whichever is shorter. What this means is that even if your sponsor mentions a longer date on your COS or certificate of sponsorship, you still get to stay in the UK for just 12 months. Black small square to know that you will be given the option to extend your visa. You can enter the UK 14 days before the starting or joining date mentioned on your job offer. Regarding the complete cost for this visa, black small square, the application fee for this visa is £259 for each person applying. The fee will be the same whether you're applying from inside the UK or from your home country. The healthcare surcharge is £624 per year. And of course, the proof of funds amount per person, which we spoke about earlier, which is £1,270 for yourself as the primary applicant, £285 for your spouse or partner, £315 for one child and £200 for each additional child. Now, how long does this visa take to be issued to you? Once you get your job offer in hand, from your UK sponsor, you can apply for a visa up to 3 months before the day you are due to start work in the UK. This date will be listed on your certificate of sponsorship. You can use these 3 months to provide all your necessary documents. Once you've submitted all your documents, paid your application fee and made a complete application for your visa, you'll get a decision on your visa within 3 weeks if you're applying from outside the UK and within 8 weeks if you're applying from inside the UK, coming to the very important part now, which is how to apply. The entire application process can be done online on the UK Home Affairs website, link in description. The hiring company that you can reach out to for a sponsorship is Large, which is an organization based in West Norwood in South London that helps people with learning disabilities and provides registered care, supported housing and specialist daycare services. Among others, you just have to go to their careers page and apply. There will be multiple vacancies listed there. So you just have to reach out to them and they'll provide you with your sponsorship even if you're applying from a foreign country. Now do remember that, although you won't be getting paid a salary, your accommodation bills and food will all be paid for. And if your spouse or partner comes with you, they'll get an open work permit for paid jobs. So both of you can actually end up saving quite a bit of money each month. So that was all about the UK TF5 charity worker.